This is a countdown timer in Game Builder Garage. Here you see it count down from 30, but it can be programmed to count down from any number that you want. It goes down by 1 every second and gives an output when it's done. And this can be hooked into other contraptions that you've made, and again, this does not have to be shown to the player. I did it here for simplicity, but if you want this to be a part of a bigger network of Nodon, then that is totally okay, it'll work just fine. You're probably wondering how to make this, so let's go ahead and see what makes this countdown tick. First things first, a constant Nodon has to go into a 1-second timer Nodon, and the constant Nodon is there to start the timer and kick the whole mechanism into gear. Then you connect the output port of the timer Nodon and put it into an input port in the counter Nodon. The input port should be the one that makes the counter go up. And then take the output port of the counter and put it at the in port of the timer. This creates a loop where every time 1 second passes, the counter goes up by 1 and that triggers the timer again, which makes 1 second go by and that makes the counter go up again, and you can see how this goes on for forever. But right now, if we connected this counter Nodon to a number object Nodon, this would be a count up, not a count down. It would start at 0 and go up forever. So we need to fix that. However, for us to do that, we need to connect the counter Nodon to two separate things. The bottom input port of a subtracting calculator Nodon, and we need it to go into any input port of a compare equals Nodon. Then in the remaining input ports, take this constant Nodon with a value of 30 and put them into those two ports. So now, let's break down what we have set up so far. So the calculator Nodon will always subtract whatever number the counter is currently at from 30. And if you want to make a number block that counts down from whatever number, then you need the calculator because that is what is going to be showing the countdown to the player. However, if you don't want the player to know there is a countdown going on, then you can forget about the calculator entirely because its sole purpose is to put it into a number object Nodon, which will show the player the current countdown. Anyways, what does the compare Nodon do in all of this? Well, all the while it is waiting for the counter to hit 30 because then it will be equal to the constant Nodon, which also equals 30. And when they are both equal, it will give an output to whatever you want. And here you can see the entire countdown in all of its glory. You see that the calculator is connected to the number object Nodon, and that is what the player sees. The comparison is connected to a retry because that's what I use for an example, but again, you could hook that up to anything and it would work. Now, a couple of notes if you want to customize this. If you want it to count down from a different number other than 30, all you need to do is change that second constant Nodon from 30 to whatever number you want. If you set it as 15, it will count down from 15. If you set it as 60, it'll count down from 60, etc. And also, if you want the countdown to not go down every second and do some other frequency, then you can change the timer Nodon to whatever time that you want. Thanks for listening, and I hope you found this helpful.